Hello everyone, Commander Bravebelly here. Today on the channel, we're going to be eating, reviewing, and comparing the Polish rations versus the Russian rations. These are both commercial, off-the-shelf type of rations, so available to the public. Now these are definitely exotic because this is from Poland and this is from Russia. We're going to see if they're any good. Without further ado, let's get the show on the road. All right, guys, so here we have it, the commercially available military style rations. This is called the Sturm. All right, this is the Russian one, Sturm Army food. Okay, so as you can see, definitely made for the consumer. It says made in Russia. It does have English writing, Russian individual combat ration pack. The rest is all in Cyrillic. I did translate it before, but I forgot. So we're gonna discover what it is. This is basically expires in 2025 April, so yeah, expired like a couple of days ago. And this one is the Polish one, made in Poland. Doesn't look like it has any English writing whatsoever, just Polish. And this one's expired a year ago, 2024, which is absolutely fine. This is ration, so it's made to last. And they do have a .pl over here, you know, so you could buy it online if you guys are interested. Sklep arpol.net.pl. So this is from like a famous Polish manufacturer that makes rations for the Polish military as well. This is their commercial version, and these are most likely made by a commercial company that also makes the military brands. Anyway, we're gonna compare these two, so hope you guys brought your appetite. I also have these bayonets that you might be looking at. So this one, of course, matches the Russian. This is the current issue Russian bayonet. Now this is also a civilian version, okay, because it doesn't have like the barbed wire cutter in the scabbard. Usually that's what the military one has. This one does not. This is made for the civilian market in Europe. Okay, so this came directly from Europe. It's a beautiful, beautiful bayonet in my opinion. Check that out. Not gonna do a review, just a quick showcase as I do on the channel. And the Polish, this is official military, okay? So this is not for the civilian market. And this one's freaking awesome, very modern. All right, so yeah, that's today's knives. And I got a third one that I will be showing you guys. This is my favorite bayonet of all time, okay? Say what you will about the Americans. The MREs, I'm not impressed. Probably my least favorite MREs, but guess what? The bayonet is probably my favorite. I would say this is definitely up there. Guys, take a look at this. I mean, tell me if you're ready. Are you ready? Guys, look at this. Bang! This is serious equipment over here. By far my favorite. I mean, this is attitude right here. All right. So really proud of the American bayonet. This is made by a brand called Ontario Knife Company, OKC, if you're interested. And so this actually fits on my rifle, so multi-purpose. All right, guys, let's go. So first we're gonna open up the Polish. We're gonna compare them back to back. Let's go. The unboxing. Well, first thing I gotta say, just a great bag, you know, with the print. We do have info on the back that tells you all the ingredients. Now, I do read Polish. I am Polish. It's fasola po bretońsku. It's basically like a beef and, well, I'm sorry, not beef, but like a bean kind of stew, if you will. Yeah, we're just gonna open it up. I'm not gonna read all this stuff, but yeah. So unboxing. So first things first, we have some kind of metal device. I've never seen this, nor did I expect it to be here. I have no idea what that is. Probably to hold the can of food when you're heating it. And let's go. This is how everything looks. All right, so we have a disposable toothbrush. That's pretty cool. Now this comes infused with the toothpaste already in the bristles, so all you do is use it and hack tool. All right. Then we have their little accessory packet that comes in a Ziploc, which is nice to keeps everything from getting wet. We have 3 wet wipes. So as you can see, the presentation is top notch. We have coffee candy. We have 2 vitamin C candies that they call Ditski, aka Dicky candy. Then we have a xylitol pack of gum. There's 2 little pieces in there. So far so good, guys. I'm pretty much excited about it. We have the salt and the pepper. Looks like the pepper is in no, this is paper. They're both paper packaging. Salt and pepper right there. We have a coffee, Kava rozpuszczalna. We have white sugar, 2 packs of white sugar and napkins. Cukier biały, that's what that says. White sugar. The graphics. Then we have our toilet paper, which is good quality, nice and white, bleached, all right? So commercial style, something that you would buy in the store. I guess they give you higher quality when you're actually paying for it as opposed to getting it for free from the military. And we have a purification tablet. All right, luckily for us, I have pure water. Guys, let me know in the comments if you want to see me actually use these tablets on water from like a stream. Maybe one day I will. All right, so we have the spoon and napkins, just like restaurant style, sizable, pretty nice. I would say on the top quality side. Look how big for a big man like me. And we have a plastic spoon. Okay, it looks a little bit like matte color. Pretty cool. All right. Then we have a can of Special Wieprzowy. I'm not sure what that means. I think it's pork. Some kind of pork. If I was gonna guess, maybe like a Spam. We'll see if that's exactly what it is. Then we have a can of, I guess this is their fasola. Yep, fasola po bretońsku. Expires 2024. So this is a year expired and slightly dented. And guys, trust me, that's fine. This is military style food, so it's made to last. We have a bag that's used. Oh, this is where they expect you to put like water and the purification tablet in there. So that's cool too. We got a little 2-finger holder, and this is sizable. I mean, I'm sorry, not sizable, but high quality. It's thick plastic, okay? So makes sense, all right? Bag for chemical disinfection of drinking water. Add water from unknown source to filter the 1 liter line. Add one of the pills that I showed you, tighten the waterproof zip and leave it standing or hanging. Water is ready to drink after 30 minutes from dissolution of the tablet. Guys, I'm saving this and I will try this one day. I'm very intrigued by it. I've never done it. I'm always worried about getting sick, but hey, you know, why not give it a try? All right, we have some kind of beverage, and I believe this is like their instant malinowy. That means like berry, like a berry iced tea, maybe something like that. We have their S-bit stove and fuel. We have a bar. We'll see what type of bar this is when we open it up, but it does have English, so it says fruit cereal bar, pear flavor. Looking forward to trying the pear. I tried the lime one recently and it was phenomenal. All right, and then we have the famous Polish suchary, SU1s. We have 2 packs, just 2 in each, so 4 all together, nice and thick. These are my favorite crackers. I can't wait to have these. And last but not least, we have Czekolada do picia. This is hot chocolate, drinking chocolate, classic flavor. All right, gonna move on to the next. And guys, you know, I'll be honest with you, I was expecting today to not have to light a fire. I was expecting that this ration is gonna have the chemical heater. So yeah, wasn't expecting that, but it is what it is. So gonna start heating that up. And actually, let me just start heating it up now before we start opening the Russian. All right, so these are the Esbit. These are made in Germany. Their famous brand is the Esbit brand, which makes these are alcohol. This is solid alcohol fuel tabs. We have safety matches written in English, but nonetheless very European style wooden matches. And we have the actual stove itself right here. So I will be setting it up. And how do they want me to do it? We have the instructions right here. So it looks like they want every single leg to stand upward, so that makes things easier. So just like this, we have small little itsy bitsy legs. All right, and we're gonna double up on these fuel tabs, 1 and 2. We're gonna try to light it up. Let's see if we could get it with one match. No pressure. Let's see. Luckily for us, we don't have a windy day today. Looks like we have a fire, guys. Not roaring, that's for sure, but it's burning. All right, so we're gonna put this right on top. Take a look at that. It comes with some kind of info. Just more details about the ingredients, but it's written in Polish, and it just says it's by Arpol. They're very proud of themselves, as they should be. Their stuff is top quality, in my opinion. All right, so we're gonna put a third one. There's room for a third Esbit fuel, so we're gonna put a third one. So this is really hot. 1, 2, 3, and we're gonna open the top just a little bit so we don't have any explosions. All right, so it's open, and I'm just gonna set it and forget it. And I guess this is to lift it up. Look at that, pretty cool, huh? All right, so let that heat up, and we'll set this off to the side. So we got the Polish right here. Pleasantly surprised. Now we're gonna compare it to the Russian. Why not? This is just tourist rations, okay? So this is for like your hunters and your campers, etc., etc. Oh. Let's go with the Russian. Drop the candy. Don't want to lose that. All right, so here we go with the Russian. Now, boom, already something opened up in here, so we're not gonna have the best experience, it looks like. Oh, gnarly. We got something that's open here. Unless this can is closed and something else opened up, but yeah. It is what it is. That's rations for you. But what we do have is the flameless ration heater, which is my favorite. And look, you can see the residual of whatever opened up in here, so that's pretty gnarly. But this is a big pack for heating up food, and this is awesome. I don't know why they don't use this in the Russian military. They don't use it. Okay, those of you that have been watching my channel see my frustration whenever this is not included, and it's not. I guess it's cheaper to not have it. All right, it looks like here we have, well, I don't know. Yep, we have wet wipes. And first off, I gotta say, no scent whatsoever, but very nice and moist. Just how I like it. Let's compare that to the Polish ones. Now, I've had the Polish ones before, and I'm not a fan of them at all. Yeah, smells like a degreaser. Okay, very lemony chemical smell, and cheap quality. Look at that, rips off. So the Russian wins with the paper napkin so far. Wow, this is absolutely roaring. Then we have some kind of Looks like a freaking chicken thigh, guys. Look how good that looks. Nice. Off the shelf products are very nice. Usually higher quality because they know people are spending money. All right, spoon, here we go. Oh, the food seems about ready. Wow. Coming off the top. Hold up, I gotta get gloves on because I'm not burning myself. Oh yeah. Gonna give it a little bit more room to breathe, you know what I mean? So yeah, let's compare the spoons. Basically same old same. They say the black is more toxic. Who knows if that's true? But same deal. Gonna set the Russian to the left over here. Then we have a whole big old pile of crackers. Check them out. Now guys, yeah, it is unfortunate that some of this stuff is open, but it is what it is. I have a lot more of these menus. I literally have every single one. I've been eating these when I'm not even filming. That's how freaking into this I am. So yeah, we got something here. I don't know what that is. Let's open it up right away. Looks like maybe some kind of beverage. Let's see if it mixes in a glass. Yep, it smells like it's a beverage. It smells very sweet and kind of like maybe like a strawberry or something like that. If you guys could read Cyrillic, let me know in the comments what this is exactly. That's what it looks like up close. So basically it's like a beverage. Wow, this is starting to boil up and I see big old pieces of kielbasa just the way I like it up in there. So we got little pieces of chunky fat, just like how the Slavs love it, you know, with a high amount of fat on it for flavor. Still not like ridiculously hot, but warming up. We're gonna let it keep heating up. Keep going with the Russian. Then we have the famous apple jelly, and it looks like the commercial product is way more sizable. This is probably double the amount of the jelly, which I love, my favorite jelly. This looks like their creamer that's destroyed. All right, so it probably looks like this was the culprit, so we won't be eating that. I might open up just to see what it was. And that's it. This is the rest of it. We have one candy, just one. It's like strawberry or something. We have one pack of big sugar. We have a tea, Ceylon tea, original Ceylon tea. We have a pepper. And we have gummer candy in the military style. All right, so what we're gonna do is heat this up first so we could go back to back. Gonna pour that in here. Let's fill it up with water. Might as well do the drink and fill that with water. Now I don't see any lines here. Oh, I do see a white line right there. White lines. Oh yeah, just gonna fold it over, slosh it around and see what happens. Hopefully the magic starts working. All right, looks like the fire is out, so we're gonna be eating this first. Dropping some utensils here and the ditski, and let's get into trying this. So first, I'm probably gonna just put it into a nice bowl just for the presentation so you guys can see exactly what it all looks like. I love this little handle that they gave, pretty awesome. I'm surprised I didn't burn the table more. I've been a bad boy lately, burning tables. All right, so nothing is burnt, which is nice. Gonna set that off. And here we go, the first one up, the Polish fasolka po brytońsku. So full disclosure, when I grew up, my parents are both Polish. We never ever ate this. My grandparents never made this. This is something maybe like from restaurants or something, but in my house, this was never common. Maybe that's just like a personal thing, but look how lovely it looks. We have the slices of kielbasa, nice and thick, just how I like it, with the fatty boczek, which is the bacon. Look at the boczuś right there, nice and fatty, and of course the big old fasolka. I don't know how to say, I don't know what kind of beans these are. Maybe just white beans, but big old huge freaking beans. Let's go. First bite going in, a little bit of kielbasa, fasola, and the bacon. Real nice. Has a slight tomato flavor. Lots of fat, so it has that heartiness to it. Got good bite. The beans aren't like melting in my mouth. You actually have to chew on them, so they just taste like they've been cooked just right. Let's try a piece of this thick old kielbasa. Oh yeah, just like real kielbasa, baby. Doesn't taste industrial. Now, of course, it doesn't taste like a kielbasa from a butcher, you know, like from a European deli, no. But still, nonetheless, it has good chew to it. The outer skin has a different texture than the inside, so it has a little bit of that crunch. Real nice. Gonna have it with some of these crackers. And guys, I must say this heater is not working at all. So this is definitely, the crazy thing is the Polish one's been expired for a year. This one, what, expires in a month, or has been expired for a month, and it's dead on arrival. It's not getting warm. We're still gonna eat it because we don't have any other options. If we're hungry, we're gonna eat it. So don't you worry. All right, let's try it with the famous Polish crackers. This one I'm definitely saving home for the ride home, just so I can munch on. Now, these crackers are absolutely delicious. In my opinion, they're one of the better crackers out of any ration. However, they're very dense and hard on your teeth. I don't have any problems with my teeth, so it's fine for me. But it just doesn't pair well with food, in my opinion, because this is nice and warm and soft and hearty, and this really hard and crunchy and dense. Very delicious. Has that caraway flavor. You see the caraway seed makes it taste like almost like a fresh baked bagel. I absolutely love the taste, and together it doesn't make it any better. People usually say that they dip this like in tea, but that's not my style of eating. Let's open up one of these. Actually, we're gonna do both beverages. All right. So first, we're gonna do the tea. Whatever. Koncentrat napoju herbacionego instant o smaku malinowy. So it's like a raspberry flavor instant beverage. This one is completely different. As you can see, it's more like industrial, so probably dissolves easier. All right, As you can see, the Russian one's been sitting here for a minute already, and it looks like it just has a lot of sugar and a little bit of that flavor and coloring. We got an ant over here that's saying hello. And so yeah, and this is the Polish raspberry. And both of them have little twigs and branches because I'm sitting under a tree, but we're outdoors. Okay, so Polish, Russian, let's go Russian. Really surprisingly sweet in a good way. Tastes like raspberry, okay? It tastes like that syrup that you mix with like teas in Europe, or like you could actually add it to water and just drink it like that. Really sweet, okay? Very nice. I'm surprised that the Russians actually gave such a sweet beverage. Usually they say, oh, only Americans like stuff that's sweet. But this is really intensely sweet and it's quite delicious. Wouldn't change anything about it. Probably the best flavored Russian beverage that I had in any rations ever. Really nice. All right. Gonna compare it to the Polish. Oh, wow, guys, I'm so surprised. The Polish looks prettier, but has less sweetener in there. So it's similar, very, very similar taste, but this one is like westernized, which I'm so surprised about. Yeah, and this one is very light in sweetness, almost no sweetness, just a pinch. So I would say the Russian wins. The Polish looks more commercial and looks prettier, but this Russian one is tastier in my personal opinion. All right, gonna see about this hot chocolate, and then we're gonna eat the Russian food. All right, just smells like chocolate, nothing else. Not too much water. I don't like it when it's watered down. I like the full flavor. Let's see about this chocolate. That's what it's looking like. Cheers. Very nice. Oh, I'm glad I didn't put hot water in here. This tastes delicious just the way it is. Okay, so it's not overly dark. It has like some milkiness flavor to it, and I hate dark chocolate, so this is perfect for me. It's like a fine balance between a little bit of milk chocolate and dark chocolate, so just right, and it's sweet. Guys, if it wasn't cold outside, I'd be drinking it freaking with cold water, just like I am now. It's so good cold. 10 out of 10 for the hot chocolate. Definitely wouldn't change anything about the hot chocolate. That's a plus for me. All right. I'm gonna move on to the Polish canned Specjal Wieprzowy. I think Wieprzowina is pork. I always get Wołowina and Wieprzowina confused, but that's what it's looking like. All right, looks like a canned meat. And let's get right in there. You see some gelatinous aspect to it, and it looks like it also has a lot of fat in it, but it's mixed very nice, so it's almost like one of them span kind of deals. Money. Salty, very fatty and flavorful. It has like this soft and delicateness to it that I can't really explain too much, other than it tastes like something from a butcher or from a European deli. Oh yeah, this tastes better than any canned official military meats that I've tried in a minute. Really, really nice. And I'm gonna have it with some of this cracker. Like I said, I don't think it pairs well with any of the meats or the dishes just because it's too hard. Let's see. Because you have that beautiful, soft, delicate meat, and then you have that hard crunch that you gotta like overcome in a way. So I will say it doesn't pair well, but it's good separately, and 10 out of 10 for the meat. Love it. All right, gonna work on this a little bit more. But I wouldn't say this is 10 out of 10. This is good, but it's not like something to write home about, okay? It does have kind of like this industrial quality about it. It doesn't taste like chemicals, but it also doesn't taste like grandma made it at home. From a 1 to a 10, I'll give it a solid 8 on its best day, all right? Definitely filling. We have your fiber, we have your protein, we have your fats. Nice. All right, I'm gonna use one of these wet wipes because I'm getting sticky, and we're gonna move on to the Russian food. Then we're gonna finish off with the candies and give an overall kind of vibe. All right, so yes, this is indeed freaking hot. So it was a little delay, so pleasant surprise. So let's let it keep warming up, and let's do some of these Russian crackers with the rooster on it. Check it out, that's how they look. Quite substantial portion. All right, first one, let's go. Yeah, taste stale, but they taste very plain. They're like saltine crackers. Here in the States, my American followers know exactly what that means. Just a little bit thicker, as you can see. But nothing special about it at all. The suhare definitely have a way better taste, even though it's a lot less. These are easier to consume because they're smaller, they're easier to bite, but the flavor is just not good quality, you know? It's just very basic. The flavor here is 10 out of 10. All right, we're gonna have it with some of this apple jelly, which is my favorite jelly from any MRE, is the Russian apple jelly, and I love it. We're gonna just squeeze it all on the plate so you guys can see the color and everything. Got a nice dark amber color. Good to go, baby. Very syrupy, and by that I mean just like super sweet. All right, so this is like almost like candy, but has a tartness to it, apple tartness. Very delicious. 10 out of 10 for the jelly. All right, so let's find out what was in here, just out of pure curiosity. Whatever it was, looks like some kind of pastet, I believe. So this is garbage, we won't be eating that, so you can't compare it. If it tastes like the typical Russian pastet that's in a military ration, then I would have to say the Polish one would win, because the last couple of Russian reviews, I wasn't crazy about the pastet. But yeah, this one is definitely, like I said, 10 out of 10. All right, we don't have too much more. We have a tea and a main and one of these candies. So let's back it up. Before we get to this, what else can I try? We have coffee. I'm not doing the coffee. We have one of these bars, a coffee candy, and the Ditsky. All right, so gonna do the main. Let's see what it says on the package. So yeah, everything is in Cyrillic, and it just looks like a chicken thigh with barbecue sauce and rice and maybe some peppers, right? That's what it looks like. I think you guys would agree. Let's see what it actually is. All right, so we got completely different food, which is what I was hoping for. Smells fine. It reminds me of the Russian MREs as far as the smell. All right, so up close. And let me make it a little bit more fluffed, if you will. Now, I gotta say, this is not thoroughly like super hot as it should be. So, I mean, that heater is still warm. I probably could have waited more. We're not gonna wait forever though. We're just gonna eat. All right, so we have rice, and it looks like carrots and chicken. Minced chicken. All right, let's try it straight up. Okay, so it has like a little bit of like a paprika taste, more so than carrots. So it tastes like white boiled chicken breast with paprika and rice. It's not bad at all. I would say, in my personal opinion, truly, honestly, I would call this a tie. The reason being, they're both not amazing, but they're both not bad at all. Okay, like you could taste the actual, you know, different ingredients in here. You do taste the chicken separate from the rice. And I just love rice. I always did. I'm surprised the Russians have rice instead of like buckwheat or pearl barley, because they're in love with it. So rice is a nice touch. I love it. So yeah, give it a solid 8. Now, compared to that, they're just so different. It's very hard to compare. One is a stew, you know? So would I say that this was better for me? Definitely not. It depends on what I'd be in the mood for, but I definitely say as far as the main meals, I would say this is both a tie. Gonna have it with some of these crackers. Usually the way it's consumed is not even using utensils, just like this. You see? And it pairs better. It pairs better with these crackers, let's be honest, because they're easier to chew on. Yeah, so this is nice. All right, gonna set that off to the side and go on to the desserts. I still can't believe how good the Russian commercially available beverage is. Really sweet, just the way I like it. American style. Okay, this one tastes very European, super light. It's still good. It's just as good as this, but this one is sweeter. I have a feeling that the Russians would like this one more because it's not as sweet. But anyway, let's compare the candies. This one looks moist. We're still gonna do it. Keep it all away. Oh, we're not gonna do it. That's what it looks like when it opens. All right, I'm not putting that in my mouth. It is what it is. Let's see about these ditskis. See, the ditskis, they use the plastic wrapper, and this one looks like a waxed paper. This is plastic. You see, the plastic, it makes sense when it comes to rations. Now, the Russians are very big on everything natural, everything healthy, everything natural. Even they rather something be not delicious, but natural. Me, as an American, or I guess personally, I don't care if something is natural or healthy when I'm eating survival food. Okay, I'm just trying to survive. So I just want it to taste real good. So lift up my spirit, you know what I mean, to survive. So I don't care if it's all chemicals, because it's not something that I would eat every day. I just hope you guys are understanding what I'm trying to say. All right, so this is the Polish vitamin C fortified ditski, but also very sticky, very chewy, so it's like moisture got into it. Doesn't have any crunch, so not good at all. This one in particular, just because of the moisture, almost like chewy candy. Tastes good, but as far as flavor, but the texture tastes very cheap. All right, we're gonna have a coffee candy. The coffee candies are generally really nice, very straightforward. Oh yeah, tastes really high end in flavor, like dark coffee with a lot of sugar. So really like adult flavor, very delicious, but also loses a lot of its crunch. I guess maybe since it's expired, or maybe just a little moisture, it's more chewy, okay, which is fine. All right, I'm gonna compare the two gums. As you can see, big size difference. The Polish ones are always these like minis, which I'm not the hugest fan of. Why are you making like little children size? This is for men. 2 at once, really good flavor. Oh yeah, got that menthol in it, really nice. Has a nice crunch outer shell, and you start chewing on it. Normal gum, wouldn't change anything about it. 10 out of 10. All right, gonna compare it to the Russian now. That's what it's looking like. Oh yeah, no outer shell whatsoever, no crunch. Definitely tastes a lot cheaper. The flavor is not as intense also. It's there, but it's not as intense. That's what they're looking like. None of them have crunch, so they all taste stale. But I don't think these are stale at all, because they just come that way. They don't have like that outer shell crunch that gives like this pleasant kind of experience. So I would say from a 1 to a 10, these are a 5. The Polish from a 1 to a 10 are a 9, an 8 or a 9. So the Polish wins with the gum. All right, gonna finish off the last one with the bar, the pear flavored bar. So I would say the Polish seems like it has a little, just a touch more. I would say the Russian one, I'm so surprised about the beverage. Absolutely delicious. The beverage wins. The crackers taste better for me that are Polish. The mains is definitely a tie. What else can I say? The bar. We got a wafer on the outside and it looks like kind of like granola on the inside. Oh yeah, you get that. Oh yeah, you get that pear flavor. Is it pear? What is it again? It has that brightness from the fruit flavor. Pear flavor, yeah. It's that synthetic pear, but it's still delicious. Really nice touch, because otherwise it would just taste like these granolas, but that pear brightens it up, livens it up, makes it much more pleasurable in my opinion. Actually really nice bar. Guys, if you stayed around for this long, thank you so much for watching. And if anything that I got to say about all this stuff is, I personally hope that Poland and Russia doesn't go to war. Now I know they're freaking each other's worst enemies, unfortunately, but it is what it is. So yeah, if it was my wish, there'd be no war, honestly. That's how I look at it. Anyway, if you stayed around this long, thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. Till next time, signing off.